since we are running out of time, let's quickly move on to the third segment of the training today, the solutions and resources. And to do this, we have a person who is a hero in all sense, because he has the magic touch and a golden tongue. Magic touch because any club he joins, he becomes a part of, he turns, and it just flourishes. And magic, the golden tongue, why? Because you just give him a word and he knows what he can go on and on and on, and he can talk on with for hours together. And that is the reason why he was the district level speech contest winner in all 4 categories in 2 years continuously. And he was a past Area 53 director. He's been a Toastmaster for past 5 years, and he's an IT consultant by profession. So it is none other than DTM Hashim Halim. So please put your hands together to welcome the superhero on stage. DTM Hashim, over to you.
Thank you, MC Sharon. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We've had a thorough session where we had all aspects of coaching. What is a coach? Who is a coach? And the coaching process. And we've had 2 wonderful case studies as well. Now, Sharon explained that I'm a person who can speak on and on. I intend not to do that today because we are running short of time. I would really like to keep this short, but there's one help that I want from all of you. Since you've all gone through the coaching training process so far, I want you to be a part of my session. So I'll have a few questions out there for you, and I'd like you to feel free to give your comments on the chat box as and when we go forward with it. All right, so very quickly, my session today is going to be focused on solutions and resources that we as coaches have in order to fulfill our tasks to make the respective club a successful club. Basics, we've already gone through the coaching process of how we have to interact with the ExCom and the members to get it running. The core item that I believe would help us to make that club a successful club is to maintain the quality of club meetings. So what are the aspects that it would take for us to ensure or bring back the quality into those club meetings? Stick to the basics. Start the meeting on time, end the meeting on time. The important part is that when we have those sessions with the club executive committee, instill these features to make it a part of the process itself. You remember that what gets measured gets done. So always check back on whether the points that we have stressed have been implemented or can they be improved. Basics, so starting and ending the meeting on time, sending out the agenda enough days before so that everyone is aware, ensuring the follow-up with role players, making sure that all the members of the club get an opportunity to speak or participate in roles and feel included. Remember, in your club where you are a coach, the number of members is less. So it's very easy to ensure that everyone is part of the process. So that is something that you should stress on when you talk about quality club meetings. Important point number 2, member recognition. It's not very difficult to do. It is an easy thing to do that. Whenever a member is able to achieve a level, get some kind of certificate, finish some project successfully, maybe the icebreaker, or take part in any one of the contests, ensure that it is celebrated. This brings 2 things to the fray. 1, that member feels recognized and is motivated to contribute to the club. Secondly, it also motivates the remaining members and to join in that celebration and bring that camaraderie in as well. So member recognition is something that can be included in every meeting. A simple task, a simple way to do that would be to recommend that maybe you have a 1 minute or 2 minute section in your agenda where you formally recognize members for their achievements. When you don't have any recognition, this would be member induction, perhaps, for example. So have that section in your agenda where the president formally recognizes the achievements. We heard the case study of Desert Voices. It was a contest, a debate contest that actually brought the club together because the club was able to take members outside, intermingle with the remaining community and get those value winners. So you can plan mock contests within the club, maybe a table topics in a contest format. It would help to bring the club together. It's a group activity that would bring the members together and break up whatever tensions or non-commitment you may face in a club that is not very successful. enhance the meetings by bringing in senior or external Toastmasters for special sessions, education sessions, keynote addresses. This could be primarily on pathways because there are many things that we still need to learn, or it could be on subjects that we have experts within the community who we can bring in. But adding that spice actually makes the meeting more interesting, and it is something that you can publicize and get people to come in to your meetings for. Which brings me to the key solution that is very applicable for clubs that need coaches. Publicize. Publicize everything. When your meetings are, what is special about your meeting, make your flyers attractive. The idea is to invite guests to your meeting. So make sure, use all the medias that are available to you, multi-platform. You have Facebook, you've got WhatsApp, you've got Instagram, you've also got flyers. Building a club is about the community coming in. So you need to be able to reach out to groups, circles of your friends, circles of community. So when you conduct your meeting with the Club XCOM, instill the fact that we need to publicize in the groups that they are familiar with, so that they can bring in more members. So publicize everything. This leads on to membership campaigns. If you have enough number of people that you have invited as guests, conduct an open house, or plan for an open house or a special session where you'll have somebody come in and speak. You'll have some good speakers, and you'll have show a range from the icebreaker to maybe Project 10. So plan your membership campaigns, give offers. Like for example, right now you have the online platform. You can reduce the fees and perhaps try to build your membership and enhance people to come in and get a flavor of how good your club is. That will help you build your club. So once you have the guests in, how do you treat them? It's important that as a coach, you instill in the Club XCOM a proper procedure for managing guests. Do you have the guest welcome kit, or what are you putting in your kit? Do you have your club's details? Do you have your club's flyer, maybe a Toastmasters magazine? Ensure that you build this as a practice for the club, so that even in the future stages, this continues as a practice. Once you repeatedly do that, then it becomes part of their DNA itself. So the guest experience is something that the coach can influence and has to influence in order for the club to do well. You can conduct a Moments of Truth. The district has its own form that you can use for Moments of Truth, which is a very useful tool for you to be able to conduct it. We've touched upon solutions, but there's one thing I want to ask you all. Do you have to do this all by yourself as a coach? All of these things? Just like DTM Murad had mentioned at the beginning, and our trainer DTM Shakil had touched upon, you don't have to do this all by yourself. You're the coach, and your job is to motivate the XCOM and others to take up these activities and make it part of the club process. Anything that you do will disappear once you're not able to spend that much time. So it's important that you instill this as a practice for the club. If you can see my screen, you've got the club officers and the members, you've got the area director, and you've got the district leadership, which primarily includes your division director and also members of the CGD team. All of these put together, along with you as the coach, becomes the club's rescue team. You have all these resources available to you. Reach out and make sure that you are able to discuss your plans, discuss your ideas, and see that it gets implemented. Are there resources available for you to download? When I became a coach last year, my first question was this: do I have anything? I know the club leadership handbook is there, but are there any resources specifically for coaches? There are. On the Toastmasters website, you can download something known as a club coaches troubleshooting guide. It's a form that looks like this. I know you can't see it. However, it's a very simple assessment tool that you can use to gauge the current status of your club. Because we all need a starting point. We know that, okay, the club is below 12 members, but what's the environment of the club like? Are the members working together with each other? Are they proud of their club? Have they lost faith in the Toastmasters program or the club? What are the underlying causes there? So to help you assess the current status of the club, you can definitely use the Club Coaches Troubleshooting Guide, which is available for you to download. The first point I always mentioned was quality meetings. So there is a Master Your Meetings handbook also that you can download that shows you best practices that you can put into a club in order to have quality meetings. We all know the club leadership handbook, which is available with all of us as leaders. Refer back to it to help improve our meetings. The Moments of Truth has now been automated. So you have the link, which is shared by the district. It's a good idea to conduct it at the earlier terms, the earlier months of the term, so that we can have actionables, done on those, and then review the actions that we've taken and the results we've got. You can always reach out to the club growth retention team. The team is always ready to support. There are specific regional chairs and coordinators who are assigned for each region and division. So definitely reach out to them for any support that you need as coaches. What I want to do now is very quickly move on to the workbook that was shared with you when you registered for this meeting. I hope you have all got it. Simple page that looks something like this. Can I have a show of hands if anybody of you has it or has got it available with you readily? All right, I see a few hands. Well, I hope I see a few hands. All right, so we'll go to the first scenario. The first scenario was of a club where you have reached, which has 12 members, and you can find only few attendance is less. They're just going through the routines and they're not really seem very enthusiastic. And then what you notice is that there is some hostility among the members as well. And the question posed to you was, what suggestions would you help to get this club on track? So if you could just share your responses on the chat very quickly.
We've enabled the chat for everyone, Harsh.
You've enabled the chat from perfect. So if you could just give, talk to individuals and understand the source. Yes. Meet each member personally, walk in their shoes. Very good. Yes, Toastmaster Anand. Have a social event. Definitely. Very good idea. Meet outside at coffee shop. Yes, continuing that social event. Introduce a joke master to lighten up the atmosphere. Very good. I think we definitely need joke masters for training sessions as well. Talk to them individually. Connection between dreams and reality. What to do with Toastmasters. Absolutely right. Round robin. Right. So the coaching sessions have been successful. I think all your points are very valid. Couple of things that we definitely, all your ideas, couple of things that we need to remember in any initiative that we put forth for that club is, to build enthusiasm, we need to share once again the benefits of successful Toastmasters Club. What have we learned and gained as Toastmasters, and how that would help the members as well. And once the members believe that and are convinced of that and are willing to share that, that's when they will be able to build their membership. Like you mentioned, the coffee shop scenario, group activities, etc., that would help build the cohesiveness as a group. You have a joke master, like you mentioned, maybe some education sessions, maybe some exciting group events that would inject enjoyments and fun and lighten up the environment in their meetings. Perfect. And obviously you can have, sessions where you or the new members would present their learnings and how they have improved and how becoming part of this club has benefited them. That will help to build that club and bring back that enthusiasm that people have. Everyone joined with a reason. And it's a long journey and a journey that continues for life, as DTA Murad has mentioned. So over a period of time, we need to touch back on why we joined and how those benefits come. So sharing our journey, sharing our experience, sharing our learnings definitely will help to improve the condition of the club. Good points. I think all of you are spot on there. All right, so moving on to the next question that we had is a corporate club. It's a completely different environment, something that is a big dragon to deal with at a lot of points of time. So if you're the coach of a corporate club, you see that the membership has greatly reduced. They're busy with their business and the economy is down. What do you think are best practices and barriers? So let's first look at what do you think are barriers which are specific to corporate clubs that will be difficult situations that you have to get over when you come to supporting a corporate club. So let's get your responses on the chat very quickly. Barriers to corporate clubs. Work pressure, their rank in office. Absolutely right. Rank in office. Add members, official hierarchy. Yes, official hierarchy. People leaving Oman. Very true. If they leave Oman and depends on where they're going, whether they'll be able to. Awkwardness in being frankly expressive. I'll give you an example of a corporate club that I was working with. And we found that you could not assign a junior as an evaluator to a manager there. Very notable scenario. Monotonous meetings, boss presence, absolutely. Seeing the same people. You're right. Again, the same points that we mentioned as best practices, which will help you for normal clubs. Some of those actually apply to corporate clubs as well. Again, you will have to maneuver around a little bit with the agenda to take care of official sensitivities. It's a good idea to actually approach the boss or the HR itself first, so that you can get some buy-in into it. Work out with the club president how you can get buy-in and what is the maneuverability around the company that you can use to your advantage. As far as making the meetings less monotonous goes, the best practice, of course, is to bring in, just like we mentioned, members from outside if possible to conduct that, or you as a coach and your assistant coach, etc., will have to train some of the members to actually take up those roles. Some of the roles which are not regular, joke master or any other entertaining type of role, maybe you will have to do that yourself or find somebody from outside who can do that for you. In a virtual environment, it may be easier for you to get people from outside to visit the club, because many companies have their own security restrictions, etc. In a virtual environment, make use to actually bring in people from outside to support your club meetings, make them more interesting, etc. Good responses. I think fear of failing before colleagues. That's where good mentorship programs and quality meetings come in, so that we will be able to support them in not failing in front of their colleagues. Good answers there. In the interest of time, let's very quickly move on to the next slide that I have. All right, yeah, this was best. Right. The third scenario that we have talks about the difference between building and retaining membership. Now, since we are running a little late, I'll just cover these topics ourselves. When we create membership initiatives, it's important that we have a good balance between building membership, which is bringing in new members and targeting new guests to come to our club, and retaining the existing members. So when you advise the club to design their agendas, make sure you give enough roles to the existing members as well. Plus, during table topic session, have a balance between the guests and the existing members, so that everyone feels included. And initiatives like open houses, etc. Remember always that although we need to get in as many guests and new members as well, we also need to give opportunities for our existing members to grow. So there has to be a value addition to the existing members as well. Education sessions, balancing off between whether it is to be a high-end advanced session or a topic that everyone can understand and work out. So when you plan these activities, ensure that you build a right balance between building and retaining membership. The last scenario was the agendas. So it's a common thing that you will observe that agendas are filled at the last moments and evaluations seem very glossy and just to motivate, etc. Remember that these are best practices that has to be done before the meeting. So when you have your sittings with the ExCom, instill the best practices of releasing the agenda this many days before time. What are the procedures that are best practices followed to ensure you get members? Discuss with them what is the routine that works for them. Let them propose the date so that they will be able to follow it, and ensure that this is practiced regularly so that after 3 weeks, it becomes routine. Maybe the first 2 weeks, there may be ups and downs, but after that, it becomes routine. Ensure that you have backups put so that in case one person becomes busy, another person is able to tag up. So these are best practices that as a coach, you can instill into the ExCom so that they follow it. All right. Important thing, once we set what our target goals are, what do we have the outcome? Follow the plan, act, check, do cycle. What happens is you set your goal, you take one step towards it, you check if it works. If it works, make that a best practice and ensure that it is followed throughout. Go back to the plan and start what is your next goal. So use the plan, act, check, do model for your initiatives. All right, so the next actions, now that we're all set, visit the club. Use the assessment tool that I've mentioned about to make notes on the current status of the club. Create your smart action plan, which is, and then you have to use your club rescue team, which is your area director, your division director, and club leadership, etc. Discuss with them what your plans are. See how feasible it is to implement them. Use the plan, do, check, act cycle, and of course, once you achieve, don't remember to recognize the members and to celebrate your success, because success makes us grow fonder. right? So remember, you are here to support the club and believe that you can always help the club because the club has reached out to you, not because they're weak, but because they want to remain strong. With that, thank you and let me hand back to the MC.
Amazing. Thank you so much, DTM Hashim, for that wonderful session. I just wish we had more time to spare because I know you had to rush.